This one walked into the salon today, mad looking young, and she turns around and asks me, "Can you give me a perm?" A perm? I just looked at her. I was like, "Listen, darling, these are a pair of scissors, not a fucking time machine."
Supposed to be going to the opening of a new nightclub tonight underneath the green room. Sarah's just legged it. She's pissed off. Probably shouldn't have left it until just before we're heading out to tell her I'm thinking about going away to Australia for the year. Like, I want her to come with me. And not just there, you know, travel all over. Thailand, South America, Euro Disney.
Flake. Steve wants to go to Australia now. He thinks nothing through, so I know this will be forgotten about in a week. Pipe dreams. And he springs it on me now. Friday night, just before we're going out.
See, she thinks this is something I just came up with. But I've been thinking about it for a while.
A while equals 2 days sitting on a box in the pharmacy storerooms, mulling it over, in between trying to decide whether to have a yap or a wank.
Then she starts giving me torrents of abuse about my new clobber. Tried to explain to her, fashion is cyclical. When you buy something, it's tip-top. 10 years later, fashion disaster. Wait another 10 years, and it's all brand new shampoo. Like this deadly toy I robbed from the old lads' 80s graveyard of bogey toys.
A leather tie. State of him, looking like a Liam Gallagher reject.
It's not Liam Gallagher. Mine's an homage to the Modfather, Paul Weller.
The fucking who?
Not the Who, darling. The Jam.
State of his hair. He's had that haircut since he was born. Like, why won't he let me cut his hair? Then he starts having a go at some of my mates, saying he'd rather stab himself in the balls with a pen than listen to Rhonda and Catalina all night.
I mean it. I hate them gee bags that much. Told them I didn't really feel like sitting with them and the rest of the Two Live crew. Oh, there's 12 different types of pink, is there? Who gives a fuck? They're just going off in a huff. Fuck it. I'll head down with Gav and Teo instead.
Went to the green room with the girls. There was a velvet rope outside, very Sex and the City. Seeing Deco, the head bouncer, and he calls up to the front. Skips the queue, pulls back the rope, style of SJP at me.
There's a queue going around the corner. For this shithole, like. Then I seen Sarah getting out of a car. And I seen Deco going out of his way to call her up to the front. Up here, darling. No queuing with the rest of the riffraff. Riffraff. Shite bag.
So it's supposed to be the relaunch of the green room, whole new aquatic theme, Atlantis, Lost City from under the sea.
Walked up to the front about 20 minutes later. Sorry, boys, not tonight. Step to the other side of the rope there, please. Sean looks at him, squints his eyes, takes out a smoke, sparks it, starts giving it to Clint Eastwood out of the corner of his mouth. You wanna watch I don't wrap that rope around your head now, Chief? 2 seconds later, Ron's swinging the rope like a nunchuck, trying to bounce it off the head of Deco and the other two bleeding remedials.
But inside, different story. Fucking stayed the place. All they did was throw up some blue wallpaper and whack the couches out of it with a bit of a breeze. Still a bang fee off the place.
Of course we didn't get in. It's pity, because inside it's supposed to look all bleeding done up and deadly.
In the club with the girls, it was a bit shit. Load of staffs from the local college and clowns trying to get their photos taken for the Tallaght Echo Society page. Well, Steve didn't show. I got a text from him later about him and the lads not getting in. I'm not surprised. Looking like Jarvis Cocker.
Switch had been playing that night in town. A lot of people that were at the gig went back to a session in Diffo's gaff. So, we decided to get ourselves a load of deadlies and head up. Of course, I get stung on a couch talking to this clown DJ off his bracket, trying to discuss with me the finer points of dance music.
We heard Switch was playing at some session up in the mountains. We headed along. One word. Carnage. Mouldy.
It's tech house, funk, minimal, subliminal, progressive, retrogressive, shut the fuck up, it's bleeding rave. Rave with a capital R for fucking wreck the gaff. It's like mad I would talk to him and I'm cornered. There is a way out though. The young fella opens up his hand and reveals a big load of yolks. Gimme damn, double drop, snarf. After that, it's all bleeding downhill. Or up, depends on, you know. Remember even jumping in for the spot of barrel planking?
And there was these mad out of his saps in the sitting room with a plank of wood on a barrel, like trying to balance on it and knock each other off, like gladiator style. And who do I see in the middle of it?
Who do you think arose victorious? Oh, it was on like Donkey Kong until the Mott walked in.
I dragged him into the kitchen. He was a train wreck. He didn't even know who I was to begin with. I tried to have a word, but I nearly got a bang of a 9-iron in the mouth because 3 saps off their heads in case started messing with Dippo's dad's golf clubs. Thought they were on the 18th hole.
She said, I want to talk to you, let's get out of here. I'm like, fuck that. I was having a laugh there.
He's so mature. I wanted to have an adult conversation with him, but it was a bit hard with Tiger Woods on the table hitting apples at the wall and every second Dub hugging me and asking me, where are you from? I told him, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to leg it. Rhonda and Catalina said I was dead right.
So, of course, rhubarb and custard chime in with their 2 cents and drag her off.
We went back to Catalina's and drank some wine. Watched Dirty Dancing. Rhonda said, nobody put Sarah in the corner. I think the girls could tell I was pissed off, you know, upset. I rang him this morning.
Phone woke me up in Diffo's gaff. I was in a heap. Says she wants me to meet her in Eddie Rockets in the square at 3 o'clock. So he just says, yeah, not realising that it's already 2 o'clock and I'm stuck halfway up in the middle of bleeding nowhere.
Little prick stood me up. He left me there waiting for an hour.
No taxis available. The only option open to me is to take a backer on the back of a poxy old BMX bike down Tallaght Hill with Rolo in the saddle. Only problem, Rolo just sniffed a big filthy line of K and thinks he's Elliot from E.T. He decides to do a ghosty off the nearest speed bump. Had to take Rolo to the ER room. He wasn't double jointed. He is now the prick.
I got a text from him later with some bullshit story about taking Rolo to the A&E. Probably got a golf club in the face. Fuck him. I'm going out on my own tonight.
No, she's not answering her phone. Fucking bitch.
Fucking sap.
Spent the whole night looking for Sarah. Was told she's down in the metro with Deco and his mates.
It was actually really nice. You know, just chilling out and having a laugh for everybody. And then we went over to the playhouse. Cocktails, 3 for the price of 1 equals locked. Then Jen invited half the club back to her gaff.
Got to the metro, I just missed her. She has her phone turned off. Heard she moved on to the playhouse. Get to the playhouse, she's gone. I met Fitzy and his missus. They said there was a rustle on down in Jen's gaff. Took a gamble she'd be there. Tagged along with them, like.
Got talking to Deco. Really nice fella. Started telling me about his son and how much he loves him, and he doesn't get to see him that much.
Got to Jen's party. Cocaine buzz. Wall-to-wall skangbags. Couldn't find anyone who knew where Sarah was. Either that or they just went insane. Freaked, I jumped up on the table and let raw. Does anybody know where Sarah is? The whole room stops. Music cuts. Load of bleeding red noses and eyeballs staring at me. Little Cathy Worth just says, you know, I think she's upstairs, Steve. On the way out the door, some fella goes, yeah, with Deco.
I'm there helping Deco out, being nice, you know, talking to him. And Steve just barges in the room like a bull and just stares at me.
With Deco. I mean, they're just sitting there, and him with a big smug smile on his face. And there was a candle lit on the bedside table. A fucking candle. I just bailed. With Deco.
I called after him, but he wouldn't stop. That's just ignorance. I was just talking to him. Nothing was going on.
I don't know what's going on.